Hey friends, I wanted to come on and talk to you guys for a little bit. It is my birthday night. So as you guys can see in the back, it's super dark already. It is 10 p.m. I was cleaning up the kitchen, getting everything situated, and I wanted to show you guys something. For one, as record, and for two, because I feel like I've said this before, I use my blogs as my little diary. So I want to document this because in the future I know I'm going to want to look back at this, and it's going to make me very emotional and sad and happy at the same time. But like I said, today is my birthday still because it's 10 p.m. But this morning, my kids had like everything decorated. They had balloons. They were so sweet. They made a whole bunch of cards for me. This is from Kim, and it says, "Happy birthday, Mama." It has this little pocket thing. She's into doing like a bunch of little things like this. So in the little pocket, I think that's where the heart was. It says, "Happy birthday." So inside was the little heart. And then you turn the little card, and it has this writing. It says, "Happy birthday, Mama. I can't believe it's your birthday. I love you so much. It was like you were younger yesterday. Now you are older. Happy birthday, Mama." And then it says to open over here. It says, "Happy birthday, Mama." And a little heart with stars. Super cute. I love it. And she does these things where like they're little surprises. So basically her own little surprise bag. So then in the back it says like the ones you could get. It says rare, common, uncommon, and of course, like always, I got the rare one. Super cute. It's a plushie, by the way. And then I believe this one. Let me see. I think this one's from Jimena. I think so. Jimena. No, this is Jimena. This is Caleb's. He said he drew a lot of surprises, and he did tell me that Kim didn't help him do a plushie for me. So, but this is his card. I love it. It's so cute. Right now he's into the Picasso art. So of course it's a Picasso styled art. And then this is Jimena. Flamingo sticker. And then has a penguin inside, and then it has these cute characters. I believe this is me with the red hair, and this is her with the black hair. Super cute. I love it. In the back she drew watermelons and the flamingo. But yeah, friends, I wanted to show you guys that so that it stays in memory. I'm gonna finish cleaning up the kitchen, and I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm tired. Sunday breakfast. We made mole yesterday. My husband wants to get some carnitas. Provecho, guys. Provecho.
Let's go.
You guys know we left a lot of furniture behind, so we've been slowly replacing it, and so the boxes between moving and the stuff that we bought.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to a new video. Welcome back to my channel. Let me start this car because it's cold today. There we go. I was so dumb enough to walk outside with my head uncovered, and I just showered. That is the worst thing you could do. Don't tell my mom I did that. Me va a regañar por salir con la cabezota descubierta. That is so bad, and I'm sick. Like, that makes it even worse. But like I said, welcome back to a new video. By the way, I rarely introduce myself in videos, guys, because I'm just not used to it. But hello, my name is Ellie. Nice to meet you. I love that you guys are hanging in here and spending the day with me. I love seeing you guys here, and I don't know. I am so happy to have like friends in this platform because literally I would have no friends. As cringe as it sounds, but no, just kidding. Like I was gonna tell you guys, today is Wednesday. It's an early day for my two older kids, so I'm gonna go pick him up from school. Which I forgot to text Isa. He asked me if I could pick him up, and I said yes mentally. I don't know if you guys do that. I said yes mentally, but I didn't answer his text. So I need to text him back and tell him yes, and to let Kimberly know, Caleb, I need you to stop kicking. Thank you. I need him to tell Kim to that I'm going to pick them up, so that way she doesn't ride the bus. And then I'm taking my toddlers to daycare because I didn't want to because it's a rainy day, and I know they don't go outside like for outside time, but they insist. They love going there because they have like activities. They're like not bored. It's like their socializing time. I've mentioned this before. They're very social kids, and they want to go play and have all this fun that they want to have. So we're taking them there, and I'm coming back home because I have a whole bunch of work to do. I also want to mop my floor today, guys. I've been procrastinating, literally ignoring the fact that I have not mopped my floor for over a week. Disgusting. And the reason for it is because I was like spot mopping my kitchen. Like my kitchen, I mopped it every night when I was doing my closing shifts, but on the weekend that didn't happen. I didn't even do my closing shift. Like I was done. I think honestly is because how I got sick. I was just not feeling myself. I felt super drained, super tired, besides being unmotivated. But it was like when you're sick and like traes gripa and you're just like disgusting feeling. That's how I felt. So I'm gonna blame the whatever sickness I have, which I heard is like a sinus infection going on. So I'm pretty sure that's it, because I've been waking up with like my lids super puffy, and like I try to like drain my sinuses. I don't know if you guys have seen that, like you go like that from both sides of the face, and then like in the back of your ear, and you pull it all the way down, pump it here, pump it on your armpits, and then somewhere around your ribs. It instantly depuffs my eyelids. So yes, it is a freaking sinus infection, and you can feel it. Like I sound stuffy, and I'm not stuffy. Like I could breathe. Blowing the moco for real, but I could breathe. It's just like I feel like it's sick, it's disgusting, but whatever. Too much TMI. Let's go drop off the toddlers and come back home and get that work done. So let's go. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
Vámonos. Let's go. Agradecer a su mamá, güey, aunque esté loca. Pues porque te digo. Hey friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I have for you guys a story time / let's get ready with me, because it's time that we get back to this makeup love that I used to have and lost, because honestly I forgot about myself. But we're not doing that no more this time. I need a fucking extension. So, like I was saying, I don't know, let me know if my camera angle is good. We're gonna do our hair super fast, guys, because Today I do pick up my daughter up early, also my son. I told you guys that he wanted me to let him walk, and I'm okay with it, but honestly, it's raining again. Why is it raining still? Is that even normal? Is that even a thing? Should it still be raining at this time of the year? I don't know, but it's rainy, it's windy. It's definitely giving fall vibes in spring. I don't know. But we're gonna get our hair done. I didn't want to get it done since it's raining, but girl, we're going to give ourselves the time to love ourselves. Like, we're gonna get ready and give us the time that we deserve. So let's get this hair done. I'm going to do like super soft curls too, because I don't want to do that much either. But baby is he turned 2 months already. In my eyes, he is still obviously my baby. He's super small in my eyes, but his appointment was 2 days ago now, and he weighed, I hope I don't burn myself, guys. Like that, those burns fucking hurt in the neck. And besides, they look really ugly. He turned 2 months. He weighed 9 pounds and measured 23 inches, I believe. So he's definitely... My son is texting me if I'm going to pick them up from school. Yes, boy, I am. But anyways, like I was saying, he measured 23 inches long. And I am definitely, like, it's just, time is just going by too fast, in my opinion. I felt like I was still pregnant yesterday because this baby didn't want to be born. And in all honesty, it seemed too quick, even though it was very long process. But I hope I'm not all over the place. You guys already know how I get with my talking. I go back and forth. I touch every subject, and I was gonna do notes, but let's be honest. If I tried to do that, I was never gonna sit down and actually talk to you guys or give you guys the story time, because that's just how I am. I overthink things, and then I'm not gonna do it. So I'm very much sit down and just do it now. And that's why we have no notes. I hope that you guys enjoy the story time. By the way, hello, my name is Ellie. I am a mama of now 5. This was my 5th pregnancy, which was very much unexpected. That does not mean this is not a welcome child or that we do not want him, because we of course want him. If he was given to us by God, we are going to accept him and raise him and give him the best we can as parents, okay? With that being said, let's continue with this. I hope I'm able to like talk to you guys and you guys are able to hear me. And I'm probably repeating myself already, because what do? Repeat myself a lot. So let's get this makeup done. And like I said, this is gonna be a story time about my 5th pregnancy. Like, questions that I know you guys probably have but do not ask, like, you guys could leave a comment. I did see a very salty comment in my comments. Like, I'm gonna talk about it too. And I don't know, guys. It's a very taboo topic when other people want to opinionate about your decision about getting pregnant, having children, and the amount of children you have. But I'm gonna give you guys the story time on how I found out, how my pregnancy went, and everything, because I know I was very bad at blogging during that time, because let's be honest, I was going through it. But we're going to go in the makeup. The one of the reasons that I am starting to like do makeup again is because, let's be honest, I kind of forgot about myself, because it's very easy to focus on your kids and forget about yourself, and it feels selfish to give yourself time. And it's very, at least in my opinion, in my situation, it felt like I was not allowed to give myself the time It's like a really weird feeling. Like, it's a very selfish feeling that you get. Like, how are you gonna waste this much time on yourself, but you didn't play with your kid? Or at least that's like the thoughts I would get. How are you? I thought I heard baby cry. By the way, guys, I am by myself in the house. Toddlers are in daycare, kids are at school, husband is at the work getting that money. But like I said, we're going to start with the makeup. When I would do makeup back in the day, bitch, because I've mentioned many times, I have not done a full face in a while. I need to go get my baby. I'm sure we're gonna go in with the NYX and do my brows. I'm gonna shape them and then I'll carve them out. Super simple eyeshadow look, because it's my first time back into makeup. Not that I don't wear makeup, but actually doing eyeshadow and try to do a full face. We're gonna start slow. We don't want to jump into too bad, because then I'm not gonna want to do makeup again if I get frustrated. And I'll just start talking. I'll start telling you guys about the story time, because guys, I am on a time crunch. I have about 30 minutes and I have to go pick up my kids from school, because like I said, it's early days. So let's start doing this makeup. If you guys follow me on my channel, you guys probably know that I got hurt at work, and not so long after, I actually got hurt on a car accident that I had close to my house, which for me was a very scary, because I had one of my youngest kids, Jimena, with me, I believe. I think it was Jimena, and then I had Isa with me. So it was pretty scary. Or I think I don't really, guys, that's one of my things. Like, I would forget things like that, because I feel like my brain kind of like erases things that I feel like are traumatic to me, and then I don't remember what the fuck I was like living per se. It's really weird. But the thing is that I had two of my kids with me at that time, and I have to concentrate here because I have a freaking bald spot right there. And my brow, then like I'll do it like too much and it looks like I'm raising my brow at you all fucking day. I don't want it to look like that. So we're going to go gentle, so it doesn't look like I'm mad at you all day. But anyways, I know my daughter's gonna have a comment over my makeup. She's such a girl's girl. Like, she'll literally tries to uplift any girl that is just trying to feel better about their self-esteem, especially her mama. And I know she's gonna be like, oh my god, your makeup's so pretty. Did you get ready today to look cute? Like, she's just gonna give me those very uplifting comments, and I love her for that. She is such, requires of my concentration to the fullest. So we can move on with carving and stuff, which I don't know if I have a good carving brush, because I kind of let Jimena play with my makeup the other day and my brushes. So I'm going to use this brush. I hope it works. We're going to clean it up. And hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, it's because blue is such a very... Let me see if I have it here. I just told you guys the fact that I had an accident at work and I got injured, and this was back in the year. So it was like early on in the year I got injured, and obviously like any other factory wide blue slash collar, you want to call it, like a hard working job, they don't fucking care about you. They don't care if you get, like, they just don't care about their employees. And this was not any different from other jobs that do not care the shit about you. So, and then I knew something like that could happen because, like I said, it's not like, bitch, I don't know that you don't care about your employees. Like, I know that you don't care, okay? So in my head, I didn't want to really say anything because they were just gonna be treating me like shit, and basically they just want you to quit because they assume that you're going to sue them for whatever injury that you got injured, or whatever situation you're in injury wise. So let me open this up, guys, because we're gonna go in with a very cute brown. Do I have another fluffy brush? I have this blue one, so you know what, so that I don't stain it, I'm sorry guys, most of my brushes are dirty because, like I said, I let Jimena borrow them, and she loves makeup, okay? She will for sure be, not saying that Kimberly won't, but my toddler loves, she's in that stage where she just loves makeup, and she wants to wear it and use it. I think it's good. I'm gonna use this one because I want to do yellow, and I don't want to stain the brush and then it comes out. It comes out. Like, look how cute that color is. But anyways, I decided to say something because I didn't see myself quitting the job anytime soon. As like I was saying, that was like my main income. Like, I have nothing else income wise but that job in that moment. So I knew that if I quit, what was going to be my income? Nothing. So I decided to stay, and I decided to obviously let my supervisor know that I was injured because of the job. And I think I did it too dark. You see, this is why I said slow, not dramatic makeup for the first time. And bitch, I'm already doing like a full smoky eye. What the hell? But whatever. The thing is that I let them know. They obviously, like I said, a company that do not care shit about their employees tried to get me fired. The whole ordeal, it was just bad. So my job situation, and the reason I'm telling you guys this is because I was stressed out from my job. Like, I was so stressed, like I didn't know what to do. I felt like, and I've thought about it, like suing them, honestly, because what do you mean it's my fault? Like, your fucking unnecessary work ethic and the way that you push people, and in all honesty, in a way, I did feel like it was my fault because I cared. I cared about doing my job correctly. I cared about being the worker that I was hired to be. Like, I cared for that. But they didn't care. They didn't care if I got injured. They didn't care if you care. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. So what happened, that I just got pushed around, overworked. I was literally just being dragged back and forth, back and forth. I think I did it wrong. I should have did the yellow. I'm going to erase it, guys. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm already starting to do that. I'm just gonna leave it. Whatever. But I want to erase it so bad. I don't like the brown all the way to the lid. So you know what? I'm going to do makeup. And I'm going to... I was not intending to do this brown. I did it wrong. So, long story short, because you guys know I like to do this bitch long. Like, I like to give you the deets. Like, these hoes out here were trying to play me in my job. And then, this is going to be a story time for another day. There was a crazy bitch at work that just didn't like me. And that's not nothing new. There's always going to be a hating bitch that doesn't like you just because you're you. Just because you don't care about her. Just because she had her significant other, because I don't know who the fuck he was. I didn't even care for him. Like, this bitch thought I wanted her man. You're thin, crusty man? No, bitch. You're stinky thin man. Like, he stinked. No, bitch. Even if he didn't stink, I don't want your man. I have my man. But, and these are the things that like, I feel like you can't even talk to, because at that point, I really had nobody to talk to about it. Because if I tell my husband, I feel like he was just gonna get jealous. Like, what do you mean? Like, were you talking to him? Like, like, I don't know. That's my idea. Not that he said anything. That's just what I thought. And that's like, I don't know. It's another topic for another. It's another story for another time, bitch. Don't change subjects. You already know me. Thing is, I already like, bitch, I don't even know what color this is no more. The thing is, I'm gonna go into this yellow. I'm gonna go into this yellow. I like this yellow. So, and then during that whole time of me feeling like shit at my job, because basically they wanted me to quit because of me telling them that I got injured. Not that I sued them. No, it was just the fact that I said that I got injured there. They wanted me to quit. And the antagonizing from my supervisor / manager was just bad. It got so bad that I felt so uncomfortable around him. I didn't care for him to be around me because you're just fucking weird. Like, why are you around me? Whatever the thing is that time passed. I did my job. I didn't care. I tried to ignore the whole situation. Like, I just tried to do me. I literally just tried to do me and not care about what he thought or nothing. Nobody thought. Because, like, if something like that happens, especially in that type of work setting, people are going to talk. They're going to be like, oh, she's trying to get money from the company, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, no, the fuck I don't. No, I don't care. Whatever. I'm not liking it, bitch. I should have got like an inspiration, because bitch, I don't like this. But whatever. I'm gonna leave it like that. So the thing is that happened. And like I said, what little brush hair the baby needs me. He's like, where the freaking hell's my mama? So that had happened, and I literally just tried to do my shit, not care about it. I was trying to take the best approach out of everything and be like, you know what? I'm gonna ignore the whole situation in the way, like, just do me, still go to work and get my money, because of course, like I said and mentioned earlier, that was my main source of income. So if I quit, I had nothing. I had no income. Like, we have my husband's income, but still, guys, like I've said before, especially with the group size family that we have, it's not enough, bitch. We need more income, because we would just be living off the normal shit. But that had happened, and Easter was going to come by. So it was about to be Easter. It was Easter weekend, actually. And my husband's uncle was going to come to visit us. I knew this. And you guys know, like I said, if you guys watch my videos, you guys are probably already aware of how I manage and how I'm always behind, like, grocery shopping and this and that, because I'm always doing something. I'm always busy. I'm trying to get done so much, and it just gets tiring, because it's like, bitch, it's only one person. I'm only one person. But in another way, I try to not complain or like basically do like a fuss about it because bitch, they're my kids and I have to feed them, and who else is gonna grocery shop if my husband's at work all day, you know? And mind you, I'm not saying he's not helping me at all because he did what he could, but also me understanding. By the way, I'm overheating. This is red cheeks means I'm overheated. Um, I literally felt overwhelmed like half of the time because that job drained me emotionally, and it was just bad. It was bad. I'm not gonna lie, but there goes the point where I'm talking about my job because this is a story time of how I found out I got pregnant and that I was pregnant. So then on that weekend, I knew I was gonna have company over my uncle's family. The baby needs me, guys. I'm gonna bring the baby over here. I have no more minutes. I'm gonna continue the story time in the car, guys, because bitch, this is time to go. So let me curl my lashes so my eyes don't look fucking crazy. And we're going to go pick them up because it is time. It's not the worst I've done. I feel like I still need contour and a whole bunch of stuff, but you know what? We're gonna leave it and then come back and get it done. But I have to go pick them up because, like I said, they have early day today and
so if I do go, here's a
hey loves, it is Ellie from the future. I know it's so weird that I'm doing this, but also I kind of figured I was not gonna finish letting you guys know all the story at once because knowing me, the scatterbrain talking here and there, that was gonna happen. As you guys seen, I was trying to get my makeup done and tell you guys the story of how I found out I was pregnant with baby number 5. But then I realized that my time was up. I took too long doing my makeup and talking back and forth basically because that's what I did all the time. Literally repeated myself 3 times, I think. And it's not fair. So here I am in the future. It is a Thursday. I think it's July 9th, if I'm not mistaken. And I edited the video last night and I was like, I cannot post this for my friends. Like, this is not good. I can't believe I did that, which, like I said, I knew it was gonna happen because knowing me. But let me see if I look, guys. I am in the van. I just went to drop off the toddlers to daycare. Since it's summer, they do like a lot of water activities, so they love to attend. And it's super late. It's 12:13, guys. I have been in sleep deprived because the baby has been sleep deprived. Like, he's been going into like sleep digression, I think it's called. So he's waking multiple times during the night, and it sucks for me because I'm the one that gets up and feeds babies. So yeah, but let's go into the story. I think I left off where I said that I had gotten injured at work, and I mentioned that I had dealt with this one individual at work that was making my life miserable. I didn't really tell you guys that that was the second person I had to deal at work. And I know that in a normal factory or where there's like a lot of people working, things like that are gonna happen. But it is my luck that I get the nastiest, yuckiest females that just hate me for being me. Literally, that's just how I see it. But well, like I said previously, I'm not gonna go into that story because I will go too off topic. But after that, and then I had already been injured, so I was dealing with my managers just being a dick basically, and assholes to me. And they were like trying to, what they do is like they move you multiple like locations in the warehouse. And it's like, in my opinion, I hope you guys are able to hear me because I hope I was not blocking the freaking microphone. But in my opinion, managers, supervisors do that as a tactic to like get you annoyed and mostly frustrated so you could quit your job. And I've been there. I've been in the point where I'm getting I'm getting basically ordered by higher management from where I've been working to make that person's life kind of miserable in that way, and it sucks. So I obviously was able to tell that that's what they were doing, and like I said, I didn't want to tell, like, report my injury, but at the same time I was like, if I don't do it and I stay here a little longer for what my plans were economically, I was not obviously ready to quit my job because I have a lot of things that I need to pay and a lot of things that my family depended on my paycheck. But I was miserable, guys, and the pain was so unbearable at that time. I think I mentioned to you guys in those blogs, in the blogs at that time, that I had gone to therapy with a few, like a doctor. It was like a chiropractor doctor, and then I went with a physical therapist, and he told me, like, if you continue this job, you're literally gonna lose strength in your hand, not just your arm, your hand, and you're basically not gonna be able to hold anything. And I told him, well, basically it's already there. I could not even hold a monster, anything, like grip it, like my hand, and it's my right hand. I am holding, you guys, but I'm leaning my arm on the steering wheel, so that gives it the support to basically hold anything. Because if it was by itself, like holding you guys in the air, I couldn't do it, like not even for 1 minute. It's that crazy. But he told me, like, if you continue, you're not gonna be able to do it. And he's like, you cannot hold or lift anything bigger than 1 gallon of milk, like, per se. So like I could see like the quantities for long periods of time, because it's gonna rip your muscle again and you're not gonna be able to like heal it. Well, that's impossible at that job, because first of all, I use my hands as my main source of labor, and we were like, what's it called, like handling medication that bottles were weighing about the pound or above. So it's like, that's not possible. And then you were not holding 1 bottle at a time, you're holding 3, up to 10, up to 15 bottles at a time. So it's like the weight was very high, and then that was like 10-12 hours a night, every night, for 5 times a day, 6 times a day. It's crazy. So at that time I was like, no, well, I'm just gonna like wing it, I'm gonna take care of my hand. It was not possible, guys. I even like had him do like he did the, what's it called, athletics tape on my arm, and it didn't work. And it was just like, and the reason I'm telling you guys all this is because it correlates to me finding out I was pregnant, because in my head it was just like the stress. I did miss my period, and I was like, it's just the stress, this is because of everything I'm going through. After that, like in April, like I said, it was about to be Easter. My uncle is gonna come to the house to celebrate with his family, and I get into a car accident. It was not horrible, but it was traumatizing for me, because the road, I think I filmed you guys that road many times. It's a one-way road, like 1 way north and 1 way south, or whatever it's called. And if you drive out of the road, it's a ditch. So if I would not have controlled the car, I would have driven out of the road, and I don't know what would have happened. And like I said, I had 2 of my children. I believe it was Jimena and Isa, and that would have been traumatizing. I think Jimena was not going to daycare at that time, because she still had her arm just removed from the cast that she had. So that's why she was not going to daycare. And imagine, like, I don't know, it's crazy, because when we moved to this house, I started using that back road going towards Sacramento, and there was multiple times that I seen people drive out of the road, and it was fatalities, like they were unalive, basically. And so in my head I was like, thank God we were safe and everything, but my car did get affected. So that was added stress, and then the trauma of me seeing like the accident and my kids being with me, it was horrible. And a vehicle didn't hit me, it was something that fell from the vehicle. I think I told you guys in those vlogs, but it was still the impact, it ruined my car. But all of that added stress to my situation made it worse, because I believe I got pregnant at the end of April. That's where like my math ends up. And if not, enero, febrero, marzo, abril, like beginning of May, that's what I'm thinking. But I talked to my husband, and I was going through like the, not just employment, it's like the medical leave in my company, like my employer at that time. And it was a headache. Obviously they do not make it easy for you, because they don't want you to take the time off, they don't want you to miss work, they want you to be at work every day, obviously. But even if you're injured, they don't want you to miss. So they were gonna do therapy. I did not take it by them because it was driving to Sacramento, and my schedule didn't help me doing that. So I didn't do the therapy with them. I did it on my own. And I'm still thinking, I don't know what you guys think, if you guys have gone through something similar. I'm still thinking that maybe I should get a lawyer and see what they do, because I'm still injured, guys. It didn't get fixed, and it's not gonna get fixed. My arm, basically, the muscle that holds the shoulder and the shoulder plate is like torn, so there's nothing holding those bones together. So that's why I don't have strength in that arm. So it sucks. But, and like I said, all that stress, I talked to my husband. He's like, just quit, like you're not healthy and it's just making it worse. Like I feel like I was stressing him too, by like basically like complaining to him that I was in pain, and he was getting stressed too. So it got to the point that he's just like, just quit your job, because at this point it's your health and this and that. So we like ended up at that I was gonna quit. And then once the kids went back to school, which was like summertime, when they went back to school after summer, I was gonna get like a normal job, like a store job, where I wasn't like having to like lift so much stuff, and that I could like provide for my family again. But I find out I was pregnant at that time. Like I literally started having like worse symptoms. Like at work, I would have like the cravings, but I was like thinking it's probably because I didn't eat today. There was multiple times at work that I didn't eat during the day, and I waited till my lunch break at night. You guys seen a few times that I would eat lunch with you guys. I would not eat anything throughout the day, and that's when I would go and buy myself lunch. I know it was not healthy, but like my schedule just didn't like help me. So that's what like I was able to do. And when I would get those cravings at work, I'd be like, oh, it's probably because I didn't eat anything today, or this or that. Like I would like make up like my excuses. And then when I quit, it was not necessarily the cravings. I started like smelling my urine. I don't know if you guys could tell by that, but like when you're pregnant, your urine gets a very distinct scent. And that's how I noticed that I was pregnant, because I was like, wait a minute, don't tell me I'm pregnant, because my urine smells different. And so I was like, okay, I have to take a pregnancy test. I took the pregnancy test, and it was very quick to show that it was positive. And I was like, I was sad. I was crying, because obviously I was in a time of very much stress, and we were not ready for another baby, obviously, but things happen, and if they happen, you're gonna be mature enough to take the decision to take care of that child and all of that. And for the ones that are wondering that why do I not use birth control, I have in the past, and I've still gotten pregnant. I got pregnant from Caleb with birth control, and I used Nexplanon all the way from Kimberly till I had Jimena. I took off my Nexplanon because it ruined my liver. And the doctor was like, no, your liver cannot get ruined by birth control. Girl, shush. You being a woman and tell me that, shush. Because yes, it fucking does ruin your liver. Look it up, search it up. It ruins your freaking liver. And it ruined my liver to the point that the doctor that did all the testing on me, not for the birth control, I went in because I had a lot of side effects, and not for the birth control, I just had a lot of symptoms. And I went in, and he checked me, and he's like, girl, are you like a chronic drinker? And I was like, no, the fuck I'm not. Like I rarely drink, guys. I do have a drink here and there, but it's like I'm not a heavy drinker. And I do eat food too, but it's not like I'm like a chronic eater or like a binge eater either. And my liver, he said it looked like a stage 3 alcoholic. Like it was bad. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. And the reason I had gone into the hospital, I think I've told you guys this before, was because my mom kept like making fun, like, oh, are you pregnant again? Like you look pregnant. My belly like you guys seen in videos, obviously my belly's always looking bulge. Is not necessarily just fat, it's fatty liver. That's what it is. So of course I'm not healthy, and it was all due to the Nexplanon. And I will always say it, I'm not gonna hush myself, because I do want you guys to be aware if you guys have never been on that. And if you have, do not repeat it. Do not, when I say do not, if you use it for the 3 years, take it off and do something else, because it will ruin your liver if you if you duplicate it. But anyways, that happened, and that's the reason I didn't use birth control. We were doing like other types of methods per se, but of course sometimes it happens, and it happened. I was pregnant. I was very like, not sad, I was just worried because I had just quit my job, guys. So it's like another child, and I don't have the income and this and that. And then in midst of everything of that, we were going through a bunch of like we were going through a lot of things in our home besides the work environment and besides the pregnancy. So it added more stress onto me. So then when I finally figured, like, I just like told my head, like, you're pregnant, this is it, you're gonna stay at home until you have this baby, and then you'll figure it out. In midst of that, my dad was gonna come because we had to have a appointment that was very important for us with all that stress that was going on, and he was coming. So I was so rushing back and forth trying to get my house clean because my dad was gonna come and visit. And then in that time, my husband's uncle, or our uncle, was going to fly back to Mexico. So we were dealing, like, helping him get everything to fly back to Mexico. It was a back and forth thing. It was so much going on at once. And that day that I was trying to get the house clean, his uncle was gonna come so my husband could drop him off to the airport, and my dad was gonna come that following day. So I was rushing to get the house, like, in order, just more so for my dad, and because I didn't want my house to be messy. So I was mopping. Last thing I do, you know, if you know me, you know me, the last thing I do when cleaning is mopping. I was mopping the house, and I slipped and hurt my freaking foot. I believe it was my right foot. I bent all my toes. They were swollen. It was horrible. I landed in my butt. So I broke my freaking tailbone, because then they did confirm it. I did have my tailbone broke. And it was painful to the point that when all my pregnancy, I could not sit down. I could not stand up. I could not lay down. I could not do nothing. It was so painful to be pregnant this time around. And it was horrible because I wanted to enjoy my pregnancy. And I think I still did, because I tried my best to enjoy it. But it was painful, guys. And it was bad in the point that I gained so much weight, besides like I usually do, but I gained so much weight because I was such a sedentary lifestyle that I couldn't really move because I was in pain. But time comes around, baby's due date's coming, and my husband gets the week off to prepare for me to go into labor, because he works in the mountains. If you know, I've told you guys, he works in the mountains. He does line clearing, so he's always off grid, and he gets that week off. He had already talked to his work, and they were like, the days were off. Baby did not come. I'm thinking that maybe I had the dates wrong, and I did get pregnant in the beginning of May, like I'm telling you guys, and not the end of April. And that's why the baby was not ready, because he was not being born, guys. And I was stressing out because my husband only had so much days off, and I knew that if he went back, he was not going to be in the labor. And I did not want to have this baby by myself, let me tell you that. But I don't know, my phone is ringing. It's too, I don't know. It is 12:28, guys. I'm so late to get all my stuff done. But back to the story. So at that point, I was stressing out. I think it was his 4th or 5th day off work, and baby was not. I had been getting like stress tests, like the non-stress test, like back and forth, going to my OB. They didn't want to do the cervical sweep because they were saying that I was not even open, and this and that, and I was like, no. And I did tell you guys, I think that part of the pain that I had while pregnant was because I knew that my uterus was falling. So that what makes is that the baby folds over, your uterus, and then like the baby can't really go down the canal because it's folded over, like looped. I don't know how to explain it. Just to say that here in America, they're not as educated in our female body, because my OB had nothing, not a ounce of an idea of what I was talking about. But I knew I had that, so in my head I need to do stuff to like help the baby born. And I knew that castor oil was a thing, and that a lot of females use that to like induce labor. Because, by the way, I had been getting labor pains for weeks, strong labor pains, like to the point that I would bleed, but then it would stop. And I was like, that's not normal. And in my head I was like, okay, they're making all these non-stress tests, but like still the baby's not being born. Like his due date could be over, and I could like, the baby could be like, something bad could happen to the baby in my stomach. So I'm like, he needs to be born. So that's why I decided to take castor oil that night when I did go into labor. And my mistake was taking it on a very full tummy, because I made a very delicious meal. I don't remember what day exactly it was, but I made a very delicious meal. We ate, it was delicious, full tummy. I was pregnant, and I took the castor oil. And if you guys know, that if you drink castor oil, and it has to be a specific castor oil, and I'm not giving you guys medical advice, I'm not telling you guys what to do, I'm just telling you guys my experience and what I did. It has to be a certain castor oil, first of all. Second of all, if you drink castor oil, it's basically a laxative, and what it does, by you wanting to use the restroom, basically it produces contraction. So then you go into active labor because the body is contracting naturally. But guys, I definitely went into the laxative state, and it was horrible. It was horrible. Like I said, full tummy. So that was not the best idea, but it did work. It did take me into full labor by 9 p.m. I think I took it around 6 or 7 p.m. And by 9 p.m. I was in active labor. I did wait it until like a few hours, because since my doula, Dr. OV, said that I was not dilated, I'm like, if I go right now, it's gonna take a long time for me to be basically opened up, and I don't want to be staying in the hospital waiting to like dilate. So I waited till like 6 in the morning. That's when we took the kids to daycare, and my older two stayed here. They went to school by themselves, because you guys know they take the bus. So they went to school, and we took the toddlers to daycare, and then I went into the labor and delivery room. They said like, oh, are you in labor? But I feel like they don't take me serious, because I know how to like handle my pain. So she's like, I don't know, let me go, let's take you into the room. They take you into a room and they check you, and then if you're dilated or in active labor, they'll take you to like your actual room. They take me into the room, and once they're hooking me up, they're like, nope, yeah, you're in active labor. So they go ahead and do my IVs, and then they transfer me to my room. And then I think my mistake was getting the epidural super fast, guys, because like I said, I was in full on active labor, and when they checked me, I believe I was 5 centimeters like dilated. So the pain was the pain. It was paining. That bitch was hurting. And in my experience with my boys, since they have like a big ass head, let's be honest, they have big ass heads, I go into labor fast because their heads are huge. So I was thinking, hell the fuck nah, I'm gonna get this epidural and literally not experience this pain. But I think that was my mistake, because since I told you guys about my uterus, the baby couldn't naturally come down the birthing canal because of how it was folded. And if it was normal, even if I taken the epidural, he would have naturally did it because he had a big head. But in this case, he didn't, and it was taking so long to the point that I had to push so much to get that baby out. But he was born. He was finally born. I had my 5th baby. I'm now a mom of 5, and that was the story of how I found out we were pregnant with baby number 5. By the way, I think I left out a part that when I did find out, I was not 100% sure that that was real, like the little test. So I was like, let me make an appointment. And I made an appointment to a 3D like ultrasound, and she confirmed. That's where she told me that I was 6 weeks along. So I was 6 weeks along when I found out I was pregnant with baby number 5. So that's why it felt like it was such a fast transition, and at the same, like, it was a fast pregnancy, but at the same time it was not, because of all the pain that I suffered during my pregnancy with my fall and then my injured arm. It was like that made it just harder on me, but I was happy that I was gonna have my baby. So yeah, guys, like I said, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging with the story, so I hope that you guys enjoyed the story time. And I am going to tell you guys now that I know I've been so behind on my vlogs, and I'm trying my best. Like I said, I'm always busy. I am a mama of 5 now, but not just because I'm a mom. I have so many things going in my life, and there is big exciting news coming up soon. You guys are going to see it in a future vlog, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, friends. I love you. Hey friends, I know I look a mess just because I didn't do my hair today. I honestly put it up in a bun after I showered, but TMI, I've been on my period in a very grumpy damn mood, and to be honest, one of the things that gets me in an even worse mood when I'm in my period is seeing my house a mess. And I start getting into the like, let's declutter, because it makes me feel like I did more than just cleaning. So that's what I'm going to do. And I was not going to record. It is Saturday, the day before Easter, by the way. And this is the current state of my bathroom. I just took the mats. I already clean my room. Like, the room is clean. I didn't do my husband's side because he's here. He is very well capable of cleaning his side, but room is clean, just so you guys know. Clean, clean, clean. But I was going to start coming into my bathroom because, like I said, I've mentioned so many times that my room has to be clean in order for my house to feel clean. And the kitchen is not clean, clean. Like, I have dishes from breakfast, but it's not in a complete shamble. It's just me washing dishes and that's it. But I was gonna mop my house. I have not mopped the house for over a week, more than a week probably. And I don't want to do that until my room is right. You know, like, if my room is not right, how am I gonna clean the rest of the house? Like, girl, I need this room clean first. And this morning, my toddlers destroyed their bedroom, just clothes everywhere and everything, because it was not like that last night. So I'm gonna go in there too and like kind of straighten out their clothes, because I folded laundry in the morning. That's why that basket's in my room. I washed I think 2 loads yesterday, and that was it. Today is Saturday, so it's the kids' day to wash, and I didn't want to interrupt it, even though I have piles of laundry, because I have no detergent. How was I supposed to wash? Anyways, I'm gonna wash tomorrow because I'm gonna wash my husband's work clothes. And if I get a few more loads in today I was able to wash the baby's laundry. So that was a win. It's still in the dryer, and I have towels on top of the dryer that I need to fold. I asked my husband to actually wash the inside of my washer, because it was doing that where like it was staining my clothes. So he did that. He's cleaning outside the garage and stuff, you know. I just put my music on, grabbed my JBL speaker, and I just went to go get my phone to put music, guys, because let me tell you. Wait, I was gonna show you guys, and that's a text from Kimberly's friend invited her to a birthday party at the park. So I just RSVP because I know I will forget. So I saw the invitation on my nightstand. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. You know, it's those type of days you just start doing things like slowly, but you're like getting things done, even though I'm not motivated because I don't feel my best thanks to my hormones, but it's part of life. So I'm gonna make myself feel good getting this bathroom declutter, and I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna declutter. And then I think this is the only declutter I'm gonna do, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. And then I'm gonna go into the kitchen, straighten out the kitchen. And if I have energy still, I'll continue with the toddler's room. If not, that will get done at the end, guys, because it's just straightening out their clothes. But I already have dinner planned today. We're gonna make some carne asada with some sausages on the grill and some refried beans, something simple, because my husband will be doing that. I'm just doing the beans, so simple. And what was I? Oh, I was gonna show you guys like my playlist. I like to use YouTube Music. I got into the YouTube Music band when I was working because a coworker actually told me about the app and I fell in love with it, guys. I fell in love with it. I love how like it's I mean in Pandora you could have playlist stuff, but you could have your videos playing and they don't like shut off. So like if you have a video from YouTube and you know how YouTube has like you just click this like back in the day song and like it continues playing like those related video type things, so that's what it does. And so I you basically have like your little profile thing, and I like how like in this one, in this case mine, I have it set up where like it has like my favorite music, like the music that I've recently been listening to, but it also has like things that it like basically tells you like based on what you've like listened before. So it shows you like genres you've listened, and then it gives you like the new releases. It has a lot, and that's what I like, that it kind of gives you like a, because guys, let me tell you, I listen to everything. I think the only thing that I really listen is to like hard rock or like Metallica. Not really. But other than that, guys, I listen to everything. And right now, like this one's the new releases right here. It has like all genres because that's what I listen to. And then I don't know. I'm thinking like should I do like chill music? You know, like a chill R&B. Let me bring my speaker over here. The baby I think is starting to wake up. So, let me see si llora. Se lo lleve gato. Okay. If the baby cries, he could go with him. Okay. But I have my speaker here. I have it here because it's charging. I used it yesterday and it has no battery, so that's why it's charging here. But I could hear it all the way in my bathroom. I just don't have all the volume up. So, like, but we don't want to go and get CP with freaking YouTube, so we're not gonna play it all. But I'm gonna put on my music, guys, and I'm gonna show you guys. Before I do that, I went to go get a trash bag because we need that. And I don't know, but I use the scented Gain bags from Sam's because they're the cheapest and they actually work. Like they don't break on you. And every time I smell one of those bags, I know it's like cleaning time. Like the scent, you know, like I don't know. I'm telling you, scents have something on the brain, guys. But I'm gonna go through this because I had not like thrown out anything because I was like, oh my god, what if I have a baby girl? And then I could use the bows on her because Jimena doesn't like a lot of the bows in here. And Kimberly obviously does not use them. This is basically for Jimena, Caleb, and I. Kim has her stuff already separate. Like she has her own stuff. So I'm going to go through that and get rid of everything that I do not need. And then I want to go through this one because as you guys can see, there's like crumbs and stuff because of this little bag ripping. And I actually have a bag that's going to be for, it's actually my sewing kit. But this bag, guys, has been with me since I had Isa. Almost 15 years, I know. She's ready to retire. Like, girl, give her a fucking break. But anyways, I have a whole bunch of hair stuff here too. I'm gonna go through it. Like extra lashes, things and things and things. And if I'm feeling zazzy, I'm gonna go through my makeup drawer. This is the one makeup drawer that like I have here in the restroom. And I started wanting to declutter because of this. I've noticed that most of the stuff that I have here I do not use, and what I was doing is like switching. So if it was winter and this and that, actually this my sister just gave me and I loved it. But but I cannot use it like, I don't know how to explain it, like in excess. So it's like once a month because my skin is sensitive. I felt like it gave me a little bit of sensitivity. So I'm gonna retry it once like in at night without having to use nothing else in my face. So that's why I have it there. But I have a lot of stuff here that I don't need. Like my body oil doesn't go here. This is trash. This doesn't go here because it goes in the bottom. Like there's just stuff here that I don't need. So I'm gonna go through that. And then over here I have a bunch of stuff too, guys. Like I don't think I'm gonna go through this one to be honest. But it's a bunch of like skincare, extra razors and everything. Here's supposedly organized. But I started buying pads and I just put them there because girl, I didn't want to deal with this. So we are gonna have to go through that one day, but not right now. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this. I'm going to go ahead and clean that, and I will show you guys the after. Let's clean.